there's literally only one thing that I'm here to do with you in this video message right now. And it's to help you to wake up to the fact that you have so much more potential inside of you than you have ever even started to fathom. The reality is the vast majority of humans on this planet choose to settle. They settle for less than they're capable of. And the fact is we all have a choice. We all have a decision to make. We all have to decide, are we going to actually go after our greatest potential and work to find out what we're capable of, or are we going to settle? Are we just going to sit back and get comfortable and relax and cruise through life, maybe starting as early as our 20s or our 30s or 40s? Are we going to allow a certain paycheck to buy our dreams? Are we going to realize that, well, if I'm paying the bills and I can afford these things and I go on the vacations, I'm going to start to cruise? Like, do you know how many people in this country do that? The vast majority. And I don't care if they're making 100,000 or $1 million or tens of millions. It's not about the amount of money you make. It is about the potential that's inside of you that you are leaving and not tapping into and not experiencing in this lifetime. And I believe that is a sad existence. And I'm here to hopefully encourage you and ignite something in you with my voice and my message right now for you in this moment, in this season of your life, to say, now's your chance to make a different decision. If you've been settling, if you've been cruising, if you've decided that I'm just going to kind of make it by, and I'm not going to try to find out what I'm capable of. If that has been you to this point, can I encourage you to make a new choice? Can I invite you to think about the fact that if you make a different choice today, to make the choice to go after your greatest potential, to do something special with your life, that it will fulfill you beyond anything you maybe have ever to this point in your life experience. Now, I know there are other things, maybe from a belief standpoint, a religious standpoint, from a faith standpoint, from a relationship standpoint with a spouse or your children. Like, there are so many things that can fulfill us in those meaningful relationships, either with the other people that are important to us or our Father in heaven. But the reality is, like, there's also so much that we get caught up by in this life that holds us back from feeling even more fulfilled and doing the work that we are called here to do. I believe that all of us have been given a calling, and we've been gifted for that calling to do certain things, to use those talents to serve people, to serve certain people. But there are the vast majority of people don't turn to the calling. They don't listen to the calling, or even if they hear it, they don't act on it, and they don't move down the path of their purpose. And friend, I personally refuse to settle for anything less than my greatest potential. I refuse to not go after what I know I'm capable of. I refuse to not make the effort to find out who I can become. And I believe if you're watching this video right now today, it means you know there's something inside of you that's saying to you, you're meant to do something special. You are here. You are gifted. You are brought to this time and this place on this earth to do something special. Now, I don't know if that means reach millions and millions of people with a message or a book or the way you speak or your videos, or if it just simply means to be a positive role model and a catalyst for positive change in the lives of the people that you reach through everything that you do with your life. Or maybe it's to build a business in your community, or to have a YouTube channel, or write books that maybe reach thousands of people, even if it's not millions of people. But your message, your voice, your life experience is here to make a positive difference. And I just can't help but share this message with you right here, right now, because I've got this feeling on the inside of me that I know I'm here to use my voice to reach you right here and right now. And so I want to step into my calling. I want to step into the gifts that I've been given. And by the way, I'm grateful for these. I don't think I've earned them. I feel like I've just literally, what's a gift? A gift is something you've been given without having to work for it. And you have gifts that you've been given that you're meant to use, that you're not meant to just keep for yourself, but you are meant to share with other people. Have you ever shared a gift with someone? I mean, literally a physical gift on someone's birthday, or maybe it was a random gift. But if it was a special gift and you gave it to someone and they opened it and they looked at it and they're like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much. How did it feel to give that gift away? It probably felt pretty special. You probably felt like, man, that person really loved that gift. That person felt inspired by that gift, or that person just was incredibly thankful and appreciative for that gift. Now, there's two components to this in your life. One is you've been given a gift, maybe multiple gifts, maybe several gifts that you're here to unwrap and use. But also those gifts that you've been given, you're meant to give out to others as well and use those gifts in a way that help and serve others. And how's it feel? If giving a material gift to someone and they unwrap it feels good, like how's it feel to use the gifts you've been given to serve other people? I can tell you from personal experience, it is one of the most fulfilling, amazing, inspiring, uplifting, and energizing things I've ever done in my life. And I know my calling is to use my voice and my energy and my communication skills to inspire, uplift, encourage, and to empower other people, to catalyze positive change in the lives of the people that I have the privilege and the pleasure of reaching with my videos, with my speaking, with my coaching, with the interactions of in passing conversations, even if it's momentary and in passing. Like, I know that we all have gifts that we're here to use. But most people don't make the decision. Most people just settle for less than they're capable of. And most people settle because everyone else settles. And if you look at the vast majority of the people that you pass on a regular daily basis, these people have, you know it, settled. Like, if we're getting really honest with ourselves, even those of us that want to be the greatest version of ourselves and we want to find out what we're truly capable of, even we, in a sense, have settled. But I just was reminded of the power of not settling when my wife and I recently took our children to this beautiful nature center, this beautiful area that had this creek rolling through it and this all of these beautiful trees. And, it's early spring and the birds are out and they're chirping and the sun was just shining through those trees and coming onto our skin. And it felt so good and so warm. And we hear the creek just a handful of yards in front of us. But as we're walking down the trail away from the parking lot to get to the creek, and we hear the creek and we can kind of see it flowing, we smell something. We're like, oh, what is that smell? And we walk another moment or two and we look to the side and we see this pond settled. It's probably 20 feet across. And you look in the pond and it is not moving at all. It's settled. It's completely still. And there's like, just looking at it, there's like nastiness growing all on this pond. And it's, like I said, stinky. It smells. Why? Because it's not going anywhere. The water is staying put. It is getting stale and it is starting to stink. But when you get to the creek and it's flowing and you can see it moving, you realize that nature is just like the human life. If we stay put and we settle and we get stale, we start to stink. Life becomes less energizing and exciting and it loses the vibrancy that we would otherwise love to experience in our life. But if we start to go somewhere, and honestly, it doesn't even really matter where. What matters is that we are moving, that we are making progress towards a destination. Now, at the end of the day, I believe that we all have a calling and a giftedness, and we're meant to use those gifts to move in a very specific direction with a very specific purpose and mission. But friend, even if you don't know the clarity, you don't have clarity on that purpose and that calling and that vision and the mission that you are here to serve, friend, like if you just start moving forward, do anything, just start to get better, then life will start to stink less. If it stinks right now, it'll be less stale and you'll start to feel a flow in life and good things will start to happen. I believe that movement leads to momentum. Like if you stay put and you don't move at all, you will not experience momentum because you won't have any movement. Momentum requires first movement. And so if you want to change your life, the fastest and only way, quite frankly, to change your life is to just get out and do something, anything. Take an action, read a book, have a conversation, smile at somebody, tell somebody to have the most incredible day of their life. I was recently listening to Andy Elliott, who's a bit blown up over the past few years as a sales trainer on YouTube. And he's got such a motivational message and energy and intensity and passion to the way that he speaks and communicates. But I was listening to him and he said, at one point, his wife told him that, and he was complaining about someone who just didn't look at them, didn't smile, didn't say hello. And his wife was like, what do you expect? You don't smile and say hi to people. And he's like, I realized in that moment that I was expecting something out of other people that I wasn't doing myself. And he's like, in that moment, I decided to make a change. I decided that every time I interacted with someone, I would tell them to have their best day they've ever had. Just have an absolutely amazing day. And so I started doing that ever since I heard that a handful of minutes ago. And so a handful of days ago. So my point in telling you this right here, right now is to say, like, even if the only action you start to take is to look at the people you pass or interact with and say, hey, I hope you have just the most amazing day you've ever had in your life. Make it your best day yet. If you just start doing that, it will shift the energy inside of you. And as I believe, energy is everything. And if we can start to tap into and build more of the energy that's inside of us that we have available for us, then we can start to become people of positive influence. And if you can become a person of positive influence, you literally can write your own ticket. You can do anything that you want, because people who understand how to be influential with the way they live, with the way they act, with how they show up, with the words they speak, with how they interact and engage with other people, the people that are influential are the people that create amazing results for themselves and the people around them, the people on their team, their families, their communities, the people they lead, the people they serve, their clients. Friend, I believe that if you want to change everything in your life, number one, you just got to start doing something. And that really starts with shifting your mindset and starting to tell people and yourself, let's make it the best day we've ever had. And we deserve to experience our greatest potential. And number two, you got to start working on becoming influential. You've got to start working on mastering your mindset and your skill set around influential communication. And the foundation for influential communication is energy. Energy is everything. It will transform your relationships to have greater energy. It will change the way you show up. It'll change the way people see you. People will look at you in a totally new way when you show up with incredible energy. I promise you that. If you start to show up day in, day out with incredible energy and you build it and you strengthen it and you make it a thing that you're recognized for, then other people will be inspired and have positive things catalyzed in their life just by the way you show up. So friend, I just want you to start taking action, the simple action of looking at the people that you pass in everything that you do or interact with on your team or your family and say, hey, make it the best day you've ever had. Let's be great today. Let's live with excellence. Let's go after our greatest potential today, because if you can encourage and inspire other people to do that, then guess what will happen for you? You can't help but start to live the way you're encouraging other people to live. I'm not telling you won't have tough days, like literally just the other day. So I'll tell you about it in a second, but I'm launching a brand new masterclass, completely free, where people can show up and I can teach them my energy of success formula. And I literally just launched it the other day. And later that day, I had a conversation with my wife about how I'm not showing up with great energy in the afternoons the past few days. Like literally my thing is energy, and I wasn't showing up with great energy. I needed the wake-up call to say, hey man, you got to get going. You got to make this a priority. You got to strengthen this in you. You can't make excuses. So changing your life starts with the decision to wake up to the fact that you have more inside of you than you've ever even started to imagine. And number two, to decide that you're going to go after it, that you're going to play full out in your life. And regardless of whether you make $50,000 or $150,000 or $1 million or $10 million, you're going to say, I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how much I achieve. I will continually and constantly work on becoming the next best version of me. And friend, if you do that, if you live life that way, I believe incredible things will happen for you. But maybe more importantly, incredible things will happen for the people that you reach with your life, with your voice, with your gifts. And if you want to learn my energy of success framework, because I believe that this energy of success framework will totally transform the way you see yourself, number one, and number two, it'll inspire and motivate you to start tapping into more of your greatest potential and give you actually a step-by-step framework to use for yourself so you can make real positive changes in your life. You just have to sign up through the link below in this episode on this YouTube channel, and you can go right to sign up for our upcoming free masterclass, the Energy of Success Masterclass. I'd love to serve you with that. I'm so excited about it. I know that it's going to change lives, and if it could possibly change your life, if you believe there's a chance that this 90-minute masterclass could be the thing that catalyzes a totally new direction for you in your life, to live completely differently, to live better, to thrive, to create an even bigger, better, brighter future than you've ever even started to imagine, then friend, please do not wait. Do not hesitate. Go now and click the link in the description of this episode of this video and sign up. Join me for the upcoming 90-minute masterclass, and I'll see you on the inside. Refuse to settle for anything less than your greatest potential, friend, and just keep chipping away, because the great things that you're going to accomplish in your life will only happen by you refining yourself and your character and your skills through the tough times and the challenges. But friend, you will get there if you believe and you stay fired up and excited and you attend things like this live masterclass to keep that inner fire rekindled and to keep you believing in what's possible for you, then friend, you'll get there. You just have to keep believing, keep going, keep chipping away, keep flowing like that creek, keep moving forward, and great things can happen. I'll see you on the inside.